Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy Monday to you all. Hopefully your week is off to a great start, or if you're watching this at any other point in the week, hopefully having a great day nonetheless. This is a tremendously exciting day, mainly because I didn't know this was happening, but 127 are back with new music. Illy Chill has a comeback today, and it's not just a simple title track and a couple of B-sides. They have once again dropped a studio-length album. So realistically, if you don't count the special and what Be With Me special like holiday single that they did at the end of last year, 127 have gone back-to-back studio length albums. And in fact, if I remember correctly, this era with the Walk album is longer than Fact Check. That's crazy amount of music that NCT 127 are bringing to the table recently, but I'm not gonna complain. Last time around was a whole lot of fun. It was like my first proper 127 era, knowing all the members, who they were, what they brought to the table. And, they just happened to throw in a very good title track and one of my favorite boy group B-sides from last year in... Oh gosh, I've forgotten the song now. I've forgotten the name of the song. Da, 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 da. Angel Eyes, there we go. I know my NCT music, it's fine. But we have a brand new era, so let's check it out properly. We also have the album. I'm gonna wait until the visualizers come out for the B-sides, because knowing NCT, they'll have visualizers. So album listen will be out later today. Keep your eyes peeled for that if you're interested. But let's get started with the title track, shall we? Here we go! Righty. Oh, everything looks like it is working properly. I don't know what type of sound they're gonna go for. If I had a choice in the matter, I would love to get something that's kind of along the lines of a more melodic 127 song. Like I much prefer a song like, I mean, Fact Check will throw it in there as well, but something like Superhuman, Highway to Heaven. Like, I love that whole Superhuman era. I thought it's terrific. If it is a little bit more, rhythm, like hard rhythm and stuff like that, I'm not going to be too upset by it. I mean, Kick It exists, but I'm just ready to take in music. So let's go. Here we go. 난 삐그덕 걸음걸이 고장나버린 듯이 walk Don't care about a thing 난 내 기분대로 walk 걸음걸이 고장난 듯이 삐그덕 누가 봐도 나처럼 난 거치 on the beat 박자에 맞게 미끄러져 걸음이 좌우로 흔들리지 It's got a little bit of like sass to it, a little bit of a bounce 문제는 다 pass 다 털어내 먼지 굳이 시간 쓰지 않지 내 시선을 뺐어 I see you crushing 나는 좀 바빠 영어로 여유가 뺐어 언제든 내 stepping 떠나보낸 good night 난 삐그덕 걸음걸이 고장나버린 듯이 walk Don't care about a thing Really cool that this song actually isn't like the most imposing song in the world, but it has so much power behind it. Don't care about a thing 나는 기분대로 walk 걸음걸이 고장난 듯이 That like hook, the way it finishes is kind of terrific. In fact, I think we're in the verse again, but it just kind of continues. Even though it does have a very heavy hip-hop side, there's some really pretty, like, musical composition stuff going in the background. Especially this main hook at the chorus. Yes! That big chord at the end of every other phrase is just... It's just so nice to listen to. But it definitely has that kind of rhythmic hardness to it. good to see Moon back. Like, it is one of those songs where you just have to kind of... And the fact that it just kind of keeps going and you get that really nice hook over and over. Right. The Walk. You know what? I feel like the title is very appropriate. It's a song that really just kind of promotes that just sassy, just all of the charisma and all of the character while you're just walking along. Like, the song is not fast at all. It's exactly what you want from a walking pace song. And yet it's got so much charisma and so much sass behind it. You can't help but just kind of love listening to it. And can't help but involuntarily get involved with it. At whatever level you may, just put a little stank face on, just really feel the vibe. Usually, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of the more kind of rhythm-centric 127 song. It's just, I have a lot better of a connection with more melodic stuff than I do with the rhythmic stuff. But it's kind of like how I initially received Kick It. It's just the groove and the energy of the song is so good that my body won't let my mind get too hung up on it. Like, my body will take over how I perceive this song, and it's exactly like how I felt with Kick It. With Kick It, you know, the choreo, the iconic choreo at this point, a good chunk of like the K-pop world knows that song by now. Introduce it to some. And again, it's the thing where your body enjoys the song before your mind does, at least for me. My body enjoys it before my mind does. With Walk, I know this is just first listen, but already my body is so on board for it. My mind is going to take a little bit more, but you know what? It's kind of catchy, and it's kind of nice. And it's the fact that it really is kind of just out of my comfort zone a little bit. There's a really interesting kind of suspense to the way Jaehyun starts this song, because, you know, you get the rhythmic element down pat right away. But there's what feels like a very subtle, not quite a bass, but a synth that feels like it's just ever so slowly growing in the background. And I don't know if it actually is doing that or if it's my ears playing tricks on me. But just that little moment is enough to kind of create the suspense of what is coming next. And I think it's a really cool way to start the song. Typically, a pop song will eventually, you know, slowly grow into what is that first chorus release. But if you're starting from the bottom, you have to be really smart about how you grow that song from the bottom up, right? But they do it in such a subtle way that if it actually is the case, it's subtle enough to be noticed, but faint enough to really not impede on anything else. And it's just there almost like a stylistic thing, and I think that's so cool. Because we get more instruments now, we get a proper bass line. And this bass hook is repeated through the entire song now, essentially. And then, you know, we have that little pause in the instrumental for what I'm assuming is either the pre-chorus or the chorus, one of the two. It's kind of hard to tell what part of the song is where, mainly because for the most part, I feel like, apart from the bridge, this entire song shares the same hook, which is very unique in my opinion. But It makes following it a little bit difficult if you lose track of where you are, but you have moments like this transition into the next phrase here where there is a little bit of a cut in the instrumental section where the song gives you a chance to, reset itself. That's the moment I'm talking about. Like, without it, this would be a very rhythmic, like hip hop song. By just having that big, kind of choir in the background really gives it the extra spice and the extra herbs and seasonings that the song really like can do can benefit from for me. And honestly, without it, I would not like the song. Because it has it, it's kind of like a palate refreshener in a way. It's by having that one vocal moment, it's essentially allowing for the song to not be rhythm only. Do it again. Yeah, that's really nice. I am liking this song more than I thought I would, which I feel like is the case for actually a lot of 127 recently, mainly because I've known about 127 for a long time. I just never really delved into their music properly, and that, I mean, that's partially on me, but the last couple years of just like going down the NCT rabbit hole has been so fun because 2021's Beautiful was the one that really convinced me that yes, I need to tap into 127 and I need to tap in with NCT as a whole. And what it took until probably this year to figure out everyone from that era. And now, of course, we have, NCT Wish and Rise that I need to learn. But it's just been a good time. And I feel like my enjoyment levels have increased now that I kind of know 127 properly. And you know what? If they can produce a song that challenges my kind of preferences when it comes to music and still make a song that I'm really enjoying, even though it's taking me out of my comfort zone, of course I'm going to be on board with it. Why wouldn't I be? So I'm very pleased with that. But we also have, I think, 10 more B-sides to check out because this dropped with what was it, 11 or 10 songs? Let me hold on. Walk. Yeah, it's an 11 track album. So we have a lot of B-sides to get to. I am going to check up on the NCT YouTube page, see if those visualizers are up. And if they are, I'm going to start immediately. If not, I'm going to go and make dinner because I reckon that album's going to take a long time. So keep your eyes peeled for that if you're interested. But that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. Hopefully you enjoyed it as much as I did. One last request from me today, let us work together as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking with your friends or family, holding the door open for somebody, or even picking up a piece of trash off the street. Just one small act of kindness to may brighten up someone else's day to day. And know that wherever you are in the world, should you ever be going through a tough time in your life, for whatever reason it may be, even though I'm just some guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, know that I will always be a friend, ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.